Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and let me see if it's this way I should do it. And then go up. Oh, I hate that. Hold on. Let me try it a different way. Oh, hold on.
We'll figure it out.
That's no good. Can you can't see it anymore, can you?
No, I can't.
Okay. Let me try it this way. I think that'll be better for me. Because sometimes it like shrinks it, and how
Right,
does
yeah.
that look to you?
That looks good.
Okay, so we'll just that's one of the people that is speaking.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't
Do you
know.
want me to admit him?
Yeah, you could probably let him in.
Okay. Hey, Trey.
Hi Trey, how are you?
Oh, I need to undo your mic. Hold on.
It's from the back end.
There we go.
But
Oh,
I'm
wait.
gonna let you, so I'll just say thank you to the events committee. I'll go through this when other people get here too. But you guys are like slide 4, and then you'll speak in alphabetical from, um, alphabetically, last name. And I'll just ask you to like tell us about yourself and your kiddos at Westgate. Why do you want to be on the board? And what may you like, what do you hope to accomplish in your 3 years or whatever? So to give you some time to marinate on that. I know the questions had that too. And then a couple slides later, we let them know, oh no, next one, it's like when the election is, and they can read your bios and all of that on the board page. So thank you
Right.
for being willing to throw your hat in.
You're welcome. Happy to be
It's,
here.
it's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we'll see where I know, and we'll just relax. It's good. It's the last day before spring break, and everybody's losing their minds. So
Um,
it's just too exciting, and it's warm. It's getting warmer. It was chilly this morning, but now it's getting warmer. That has an impact. One, two, three, four, five.
Absolutely.
Here we go. See. Oh, here's Dan. Let him in.
Hey, Sharon.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good. This is
Um,
Trey. He's here.
Great to see you, Trey.
See
And
you as well.
the only one I know not coming is Emily Atencio. Do you know anybody else?
That's what I know as well. Everybody
Okay,
else said they could make it to this.
perfect.
So are you going to run through slides? What do you need me to do during that part? Because we didn't really talk about that.
Nothing really, unless you want to say something, before they meet the candidates, I can just like hand it over to you. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
So I just have sort of the beginning, thanks to Events and High School Student Council for the homegrown tap window night. That was fun. Run through the agenda, and then it's meet the board candidates. So if you would like to say anything there, Dan, that'd be awesome.
Okay, yeah, I'll say something. I'll just kind of say the election's coming up. We have 6 great candidates and kind of things like that. So
Yeah.
great.
And then I thought, what I said to Trey was maybe like who they are, who their kids are, why do they want to be on the board, and what's something they hope to achieve in their 3-year term.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
And then the next slide is just about the election itself and what time. Do you want to do that one too?
Sure.
Awesome.
So I think with the previous slide, we'll just kind of say like, I'll do a thing before that saying like we have an election coming up, more details on that later. We have 6 candidates for
Yep.
4 open slots.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think we'll just say we'll just kind of go through those candidates and let them say a little bit about themselves to the community.
Yeah,
And then we typically open up a little bit for some questions if anybody on the Connect has them.
yep, if they're in the chat, I can
Yep.
read those for
Yeah, and
you
maybe
if
I'll
you're sort of
just say like
moderating.
say why don't we kind of add if you have questions for a particular candidate, add them into the chat, and then we can just kind of go from there.
Awesome.
Right.
So. See, so yeah. So slide 4 is where you'll take over.
Yeah, and then we can just kind of go from right there. If the candidates all talk in
Here's Derek.
in alphabetical order, then we can go to the election piece, and I can say some things and you can jump in if you need to, since you're kind of more organizing the election. I'll just say you'll get emails with your to
With
put
the
in
ballots.
ballots, and then this is when it closes, and that's when we'll tell people, et cetera, et cetera. So
Awesome. Awesome. Hi, Derek. Thank you for being here. Oh, wait, Michelle, will you unmute him? There you are. Now you can control your own mic. So we will be going, this is the 4th slide, and we'll go in order of alphabetical down. So you'll speak after Mario because Emily cannot be here today. Oh, he can't unmute. Let me see if I can unmute him. Let me see.
you might be able to now, Derek, because we had to open up that option. Can you try it one more time?
No, it's grayed out. Huh.
Let me see what I can do.
Okay, see what you can do, yeah.
I keep getting people.
Okay, yeah,
I
and
just
only
went- I
right
went
now, I
in-
think the people who are on the board are running for the board. There's Rachel. I'll let her in. Let's see if her mic works too.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. Hold on.
Hi, Rachel.
Okay.
We're gonna unmute your
Okay.
mic. Allow mic. Can you see if you can unmute yourself? Hi, Rochelle.
Sean, I hit the wrong thing for you. You can try to turn your camera back on too, and it should be fine.
Yep.
There
Good
we
deal,
go.
Derek.
Okay, you're good.
I saw. We're gonna check everybody's mics.
Yeah. Let's
that you
make
can get
sure
in.
verified. I can oh, there we go. I think Derek, I just needed to verify you. You should be able to do that now. There we go. Allow. You're good.
There we go. That worked.
Yay!
Awesome. And Rachel,
Make
can
sure-
you unmute yourself?
Is that working?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Awesome.
Yep.
Yay, we can
Great.
hear you. I'm gonna go ahead and
Few more
turn
minutes.
my email off. Hold on, because it might beep or something. Mm-mm. Okay, how are we looking everything else? Michelle, okay to you?
Yep.
Is Mario in yet?
I don't see him.
Okay.
I am texting him right now.
And then everybody, this is the fourth slide, and you'll speak in the order that you're listed here. I don't see Savita either yet.
Yeah, those are the two I didn't see.
Okay, so we'll give a second, and then we'll begin. But as long as everybody's here, if Savita or Mario can't get in, we'll also let people know they weren't able to attend today. And you'll have a few minutes to introduce yourself, talk about your children, your family at Westgate, and then just why do you want to run for the board, and what do you hope to achieve, or what are you looking to achieve in your 3-year term? What would you like to do, or how would you like to serve the school? However you would like to frame that. Let's see, here's Mario.
Yep, Mario's in the.
Great.
I'm getting an error for displaying the presentation, so I'm gonna pop out real quick and pop back in, see if that does it.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. I was just telling everyone this is the fourth slide, and once we begin, we'll speak in alphabetical order. So Mario, you to go first. Who you are, who your family is at Westgate, why you want to run for the board and or continue on the board for you, and what would you like to achieve during your term?
All right.
Wonderful. And then I don't see Savita, but we'll, if she comes in, then we'll give her a chance to speak.
Great.
Michelle, are we ready to go?
Looks like everybody's got their microphones available, so I think we're good.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here for the Friday Community Connect on today, March 21st. This is a special Friday Community Connect where you get to meet the candidates for the Board of Directors of Westgate Community School, and we'll talk about a little bit more today. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to our events committee and to our high school student council. They hosted a wonderful spirit night at Homegrown Tappendo to support our prom, and it was just a wonderful night. So thank you so much. We appreciate all the work that the committee and the student council do to give some fun evenings for our families. The agenda today, very briefly, we'll meet the Westgate Board candidates. We'll talk about the board survey coming to you in April, cool things happening around Westgate, and CMAS, PSAT, and SAT after spring break. A brief little bit about grants and bond work at Westgate, and then some important upcoming dates for you to look forward to. Dan?
Hi, everybody. This is Dan Obenhaus. I'm the current board president. We have a board election coming up, as I know has been pushed through all the communication channels at Westgate. For that election, we had 6 great candidates throw their hat into the ring. They're listed on your screen. We are having an election for 4 seats. 4 primarily because 3 of us, our terms are ending on the board. Myself and Lauren are both done on the board. We've served 6 years, which is our max. And Mario's first term on the board is ending, and he is running again. So that's kind of the why behind so many seats. Just the kind of attrition of time over the board. So what we're going to do is have each of the candidates speak a little bit about themselves in this alphabetical order on the screen. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and we will get those to the candidates and try and have them do a little Q&A at the end if they have questions. So yeah, if you want to start talking about yourself, Mario, let us know, who you are, what kids you've got in the school, all that fun stuff. That'd be awesome.
Sure. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. My name is Mario Acklin. As Dan said, I'm finishing my first stint on the board, so it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. I have one child at the school right now. He's a junior. His name is Idris Acklin. I had a daughter who graduated 2 years ago now, who is a student at CU. I know I see you shaking your head, Sharon. Today is her 20th birthday, by the way. So she's 20 years old today. But anyway, I digress. So I'm the secretary on the board right now. The reason why I'm running again is because one, really enjoy being on the board. I like interacting with all of the staff, with all of the board members. Like I've really just gotten to know a lot of different people at the school that I don't think I would have gotten to know otherwise. So that's one reason. I like being able to, use what I've learned professionally to help advance the school's mission and vision. That's also another reason why I like doing it. And then I also feel like it's important to me to stay out my one remaining student's last year at the school. So this would be a 1-year term for me, just full disclosure that at the end of the year, I would be, is retiring the right word? I don't know if that's the word I would use, but I would not be on the board if I was fortunate enough to be reelected after this year. So those are the reasons why. That's who I am. I work in IT. I am the director of IT for Konica Minolta, and I've been doing that for 10 years, and I've been working in the IT space for probably about 20 years at this point. And that's it.
Great. Thank you, Mario. I did not mention, but put it in the chat. We have a page on the website about the election. That page that I put in the chat has all of the candidate bios, a handful of answers to some questions we ask candidates every time we have an election come up. So there's a lot of good information there as well on these folks. The next person on our list, Emily Atencio, was not able to attend today. She was traveling for work, as I recall, and was going to be on a plane. You can get all the info on Emily on that website I posted, or that web link I posted, and see everything about her there. So we'll jump on to Derek Fritz.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. We are, I should say, our family, Colorado residents for probably the last 6 years or so. Don't hold it against me. We grew up in San Diego. Work moved us out here. When work came knocking to move us again, my family said, well, you can go, but we're staying. So we fell in love with Broomfield and with our place here. I've got a freshman and a fifth grader. So we've got quite a few more years at Westgate, and we're grateful for it. It's our first year here, and we've thoroughly enjoyed it. My role right now for just professionally is a lot of training, change management. I work for a big insurance brokerage on the corporate side. And the reason why I'm running really is an exercise of gratitude. I work from home. I enjoy a flexible schedule. And one way I show gratitude for that is volunteering my time. I've served on the SAC for Westlake. I was also a member of their PTA, where I was responsible for fundraising, had some fun doing that. And then at work, at my job, I'm the chairperson for one of our employee resource groups called LEAD, Learn, Educate, Advance, and Develop. And our responsibility there is to kind of grassroots employee level, create a space for people to learn more, grow, develop everything that we do as an ERG. Couple of my skills and talents that I'm looking to bring. I do a lot of audio video content creation, which is a lot of fun. And I did a lot of that when I was over at Westlake. We had a lot of fun putting together fun videos, voiceovers, video editing, things of that sort. Again, my primary job is training and change management. And all that said, I don't know what y'all would want to do with me, but I'm just bringing all those professional skills and talents and saying, gosh, if I have an opportunity to donate them here, I sure would be grateful.
Sorry, I was still muted there. Thank you very much, Derek. Don't see anything in the chat with direct questions, so we'll move on to Savita. I hope I pronounced your name correctly too.
Yes, that's fine. I'm Savitha Ginde. I'm so happy to be here. I'm actually in Florida too, so we already started our spring break a little early. But let me see, what I'm supposed to tell you about myself. So I am mom, physician, have been in Colorado for 20 plus years, in Broomfield as well, Derek. So interesting that you're there. Yeah, love Broomfield. Have been involved locally in that community for quite some time. I'm on their board of health. Have worked across the state, actually across COVID, which was a very intense time, and have worked with the governor's office and actually a lot of different public health venues to connect all of that. I have aside from being a physician, I have a strong history and experience in grants. I created and ran a multi-million-dollar grant program in a couple different places I've worked in the past. Actually, my grant writer just left and I had a grant due yesterday before I got on the plane, so I had to crank that out in a couple hours, and I figured out that she left me nothing. So pulled that together, got it in. We'll see where it goes. But am a writer and can oversee that, build it, and actually obviously put those grants in and navigate through them as needed. And right now, as you know, I work in Boulder. I am the head of Boulder Valley Health Center. We do a lot of work actually with people from across the country these days. I feel like I do a lot of different things, maybe jack of many trades. And I'm also a big, I think Cassie, they hear from me too. I'm very invested in making sure kids are engaged in their school. I always say in my line of work, usually I tend to see kids when they get bored. It always worries me when I see kids getting bored because they look for something. And I have kids that if they're bored, they get into naughty things. So I'm very invested in making sure that education is so foundational to people having fulfilling lives. And so I'm here to be invested and help in whatever way I can with whatever skills I can bring.
Great. Can you tell us what grade your kids are in that are at Westgate?
Yes, they're twins. They're in fourth. And just historically, we were at Val Swan. I was there across pandemic, and thankfully they took in-person care in in-person school when they were in first grade, because I could not do homeschool because I was working probably 14 or 16 hours a day. And then they came to Westgate in second grade. So they've been there for 2 years.
Great, thank you. We'll jump to Derek, not Derek. Sorry about that. Trey Mathis now.
Right. Hi, my name is Trey Mathis. I have a first grader at Westgate. My kiddo is on the autism spectrum, and they also have ADHD. So I'm familiar with the unique challenges that presents, but they are just the light of my world. I love them more than anything. I'm a lifelong educator. Served for several years as a high school math teacher. And for the last few years, I've been working with the Denver Math Fellows, which is a math intervention program that services all schools throughout the Denver metro area, providing math intervention to students who really need it. I run the program there. I do the budgeting, the hiring, the training, the policy writing, requests for resources, all that good stuff. So for me, why I want to be on the board is because I have experience in education, right? I have that perspective of what it means to help our kids succeed. And I think one way or another, the next few years are going to see a lot of changes in education. There's budget cuts throughout the state. That's what the big protest yesterday was about. And I think having somebody on the board with that perspective is going to be very useful in helping us, navigate these times. So that's why I want to be on the board, because I think I have a perspective that can help the school, and I want to give back because I've seen my kid grow a lot here. They've only been here for 2 years, and I've seen a huge amount of growth from them. And I think Westgate and its teachers and its staff are directly responsible for that. So I couldn't be more grateful. As far as what I hope to accomplish, as I've just said, I think I have a pretty unique perspective. I've seen kids succeed. I've seen them not succeed. And I think I have a pretty good idea of what programs and policies we can put in place to help them with that. And I'm hoping that my perspective can help, keep us all grounded as we go forward in the next 3 years. As far as specific things I'd like to see, sorry, I got distracted by something. As far as specific programs I'd like to see, I think Westgate does a really good job in the high school level of getting our kids, their associate's degrees and career certificates, and I think that's great. I'd actually like to kind of expand on that a little bit. For me, I think that just educating kids on what careers exist and what kinds of, things they could do out in the world after they graduate is huge. Now, one thing I saw over and over again in high school is students are being asked, make choices about what they want to do, and they don't even know what there is to do. So, if I were to talk about specific things, that's probably one thing I'd like to expand on. I think I covered everything there. I'm sure Dan will tell me if I missed something.
Think you got it all. That's great. Thank you, Trey.
All right.
The last alphabetical candidate is Rachel Marsh. So go ahead, Rachel.
Hi, I am Rachel Marsh. I have had kids at Westgate since 2017. I have a 7th grader, a 4th grader, and a kindergartner. So I like to get the whole span in there. In my previous life, I was a paramedic. I'm a stay-at-home mom now, but I've been having the ability to utilize my time with volunteering and giving back to my community some more. I currently work with Meals on Wheels, delivering meals to area seniors. I am part of the board on the Commerce City Quality Community Foundation. We give out grant money to local nonprofits that serve the community in Commerce City. And we also are able to fundraise and then give out scholarships to Commerce City youth that are going to college in Colorado. So that is mostly what I've been doing with my time lately. I am interested in being part of the board of directors because I'm really excited for Westgate's future advancements and the evolution. I've seen the way they've grown over the last 8 years, and I'm so excited to see what we have in the future. We have a really big potential with the bond that was passed, some of the grants that we're working with. So I'm really excited to see where Westgate's going in the next several years.
Great. Thank you, Rachel, and all the candidates. I think you all make strong candidates for this. And with 4 open seats and 6 candidates, if you guys don't make it onto the board, there's tons of other opportunities to become involved in Westgate for everybody. And I hope that if you don't make it on the board for any of you, you'll look at some of those other opportunities to be involved as well and volunteer. As Sharon just jumped to the next slide, the actual election will be April 8th through April 14th. And she mentions read the candidate bios on the webpage, which we posted there. The election will be handled electronically. You'll get an email with the candidates and the ballot for that on April 8th. We'll close that on April 14th and announce on April 15th. So we'll know in under a month who makes it on the board, who the new members are, and then we can start to get them rolling with their time on the board and their trainings for the board. So with that, I think I can turn it back over to Sharon unless anybody has any questions that are in person and want to ask them really quick.
I'm looking in the chat. I don't see anything yet.
All
Awesome.
right.
And if not, if you think of anything as we're on here, please put them in the chat and we will be sure to answer them as we move forward. Thank you, Dan. And thank you to each of the candidates. You're all amazing. And thank you. Our school doesn't function without our board. You set the strategic plan. You keep our eyes focused as we are in the school day to day, and we're focused, on what's happening day to day and making sure all of the things happen. You keep our mind looking to the future and keeping us on track to achieve all the dreams that our mission and vision hold. So thank you each for being available to be on the board. It's amazing. Going to continue on here. Another big board function is to survey our community annually and then report that information back. So the annual board survey will open on April 11th. You will also get an email for that at home, and it's open through April 25th so that we can get your feedback and help us improve in our programming, as well as get some ideas from you about what kinds of things you want to do in terms of events and fundraising and how the program is working for your families. So thank you very much in advance for filling out that survey. We look to it every year. I was just sitting in a meeting and I was talking about all the amazing things happening at Westgate, like right now and into fourth quarter. And we're about to go into, oh, sorry, Dan, go ahead.
I just really wanted to quick thank the SAC for all the hard work they put into the survey.
Yeah, thank you. All of the amazing things happening. We go into spring break and then boom, we're back and it's like 8 weeks and we're done with school. And it seems like the school year is so long, and we don't often take stock in all of the amazing things that are happening at all different levels. And I know as parents, sometimes we don't know what's happening in the grade levels our own students aren't in. And first, before I even get into this, there's just so many field trips happening. Right now, there was a kinder one earlier this week. 5th and 6th took 2 different field trips this week. As we go into quarter 4, 1, 2 will begin their passion projects. And no matter if you have a student in 1 or 2, go see the 2nd grade projects at the carnival. During the open house, they're always there, and you'll just be amazed. Every year I learn something I never knew from a 2nd grader and their passion. So please go see that on May 29th at the carnival. Yesterday was the 3rd and 4th grade science fair. Again, wonderful projects, and just so many community members came out to support our kids in their passions around science and their investigations and experiments. So thank you for being there. We have the 3-4 overnight field trip to the Nature and Science Museum coming up. 5-6 just hosted their culture fair. Wonderful work done by our students in 5-6, and the entire school got to go and learn about different cultures at the culture fair. 5-6 just had the opportunity to visit the governor's mansion and work with Jane Goodall's Roots and Shoots program. It was a wonderful opportunity to get to tour the first floor of the mansion and then get to do some work with Jane Goodall's group. And this week they visited Ameritown. 7-8 is taking our inaugural trip to Washington, D.C. There are 26 students attending this year, and a huge thank you for Mr. Rowan for spearheading the trip to Washington, D.C., and also to Mr. Khan, who will be accompanying him because there are so many students going. Amazing opportunity to visit our capital, our nation's capital, and learn so much. And learn how to be sort of independent and travel the country with a group that doesn't have your parents involved. It's an amazing opportunity. 9th grade will be hosting a K-6 field day as part of their service. So that's coming up in May as well. We have high school service trips. Sophomores are going to Grand Lake to do trail work. Our sophomores are going to Kearney, Nebraska. I've heard Kearney and Kearney both used. It's like Arvada and Arvada, people say, but they're going there to build homes with Habitat for Humanity. And then our seniors will be traveling to Costa Rica to do international service. And I think sometimes it's easy to forget the impact our students make, and our high school students at the end of the year make very personal impact in our local community, state, nation and in the world. So it's a wonderful thing our Westgate High School students do. Q4 club sign up opens today at 5 p.m. Lots of different club opportunities for fourth quarter. And there's going to be a talent show, a Q4 talent show. So look on the club page. The open call, I believe, is April 9th, might be April 12th, but look at the Q4 club sign up, and you'll be getting more information about the talent show that you can attend. Even if your child isn't in the talent show, it'll be an open community event in May. The next thing I'm going to talk about is April. And in April, we have a lot of state testing happening. And every year, I like to talk to parents and families a little bit about why CMAS is important for their students, for them as family members, and then how it also impacts our school as a charter school. The results help us, obviously, as the school, to know and understand whether students have mastered the content that is being proposed in the state standards as each grade level mastery. So how are our students doing? How is your student doing? Are they growing? Are they achieving at grade level? And it gives us sort of a point in space to take a look at that. School districts will use CMAS results to help improve instruction both at the school level and the district level and help us support students better. Parents can use CMAS scores to see how their students and their school is doing. And then Westgate uses it to identify areas of success and areas for growth. We set our school goals from this assessment information, and our school accountability committee uses that to create our unified improvement plan each year and really target the areas of growth. And the data is actually used heavily in our charter renewal every 5 years. So they really drill down and look at how are we serving students and should we maintain our charter. We have been a performance school, but even when you're rated as performance, there are areas for growth every single year and areas that we can achieve better as an institution and an organization. As parents, can you opt out? Yes, there is a law requiring that schools give you the opportunity to opt your child out of state testing. The opt-out form can be found on our website on the parent page. It's over on the left-hand side and it says CMAS opt-out form. You will need to print that out and fill it in and sign it. We need the form signed. If you can't print it out for whatever reason, please let your advocate know, your student's advocate know, and we can send one home either in the Friday folder or in the backpack so that you can have that form to opt your child out. Parents Guide to CMAS. It is a necessary test. We're a public school, so the school cannot opt out of CMAS as a school. It is something that we are required by law to administer to our students as part of being a Colorado charter school and part of Adams 12. It measures English language arts, math, and science every year. And then every 4 or 5 years, we do social studies. And this year's Westgate was chosen as one of the schools that will be administering social studies as well. So what can we do to support? And I'll talk about this a little bit in more detail in a couple of slides. But it's really important to stay positive. The testing happens throughout the month in April. And so to students, sometimes it can feel long. It's several days, several mornings that are used for testing, and their schedule changes. So if you know your child needs some reminders that the schedule is a little different, you can help us by supporting them and say, remember, tomorrow morning you have CMAS first. So you're going to go to advocacy and then you'll have testing and then your day will carry on as normal. And that helps with students that need that reminder about a transition or schedule change. Taking practice tests can help support your child. So your attitude around this matters. And focus on growth, focus on doing, your best on the test, and encourage your child to see the test as an opportunity to showcase their hard work from all year and showcase what they've learned. This is an opportunity for them to shine in their own individual best way. There are CMAS practice resources. And so this is what the page will look like if you Google CMAS practice tests. And you can see up at the top, there's English language arts, mathematics, science, and social studies. And down the sidebar on the left, it's the grade. And so if you click on the grade and the subject area, it will allow you to do items or practice tests. And many of these will have been on a CMAS in prior years. And what I plan to do with my son, this is his first year as a third grader, is over break, sit down with him and go into the practice test so he can see what it looks like, even though they've been doing it at school, and go through some of the practice items and sort of talk out loud and model for him how to go through the problem, how to narrow down answers that don't make sense at all, have him practice how to navigate the test. Sometimes there are 2 articles students have to read and there are tabs. So having them practice going into each tab. And I think it's just something that for our students, if they're nervous about the test, their first time taking it, then they can go through it and that will ease any anxiety or worry they may have. So if you as parents just want to look at what does it look like? What are they asking my child? You can go in on your own and just take a peek at those practice resources so you know what is being asked on the tests in the different subject areas. So wonderful resources that Colorado has put together for families and for students. This assessment calendar has been sent out to parents. It's in the newsletter. So it's in your email as part of the newsletter, or you can find it on the Westgate Wire on the website as well. If you can't find that email or you deleted it, it is on there. And the first day back from school, no testing, obviously. And we're going to remind students about what's happening and what they'll be doing. But then you can see exactly what assessment your child is taking on what day. And the SATs are in here. So PSAT 9, PSAT 10, and the SAT are also on here for families. And then you can see what days are makeup days in case your child does miss a day for illness or something like that. You can see when those makeup days are. And then, DIBELS testing is for reading testing for grades 1st through 3rd grade. So our 1st and 2nd grade families who don't have to think about CMAS, it's also kindergarten, sorry, so kinder 1st and 2nd, who don't think about CMAS testing, those are on there so parents know that's when they will be taking sort of the end of the year reading assessment, and then they'll get information about those scores about how their children are reading on DIBELS test. So what can we do? Sometimes we as adults have thoughts about standardized testing, and our kids hear everything. So I think talk positively about the assessments at home, and and what we can gain from them, and how your children can do their best, show what they know. All of that is the way we talk. How you feel and how the family speaks about these tests matters so much more than even what we do in school. They look to you to give them a guide to how much should they care about the tests, and especially as they get older, that really impacts them. By middle school ages, 6th, 7th, 8th, if you don't think it's important, they won't think it's important. So please talk positively. Ask them just to do their best. Get sleep. Turn off those digital devices a half an hour before they go to bed. Really talk about how sleep impacts how they can focus and their endurance. Some of these tests are 90 minutes or 70 minutes of focus. And so knowing that getting sleep, eat a hearty breakfast and have fun with it. Like, have pasta for breakfast or pizza or what do they want? So allow them to fill up with those protein and carbs that are going to help them. We give a snack before testing each morning. We do offer string cheese to students. If your student doesn't like that or can't eat it for whatever reason, you can send additional snacks to school for them that they can eat prior to starting the test. Be on time in the morning. Testing begins right after advocacy and after we do a little movement. We know movement helps the brain. So we move a little, we eat, go to the bathroom. We have those notes, those positive notes that families wrote during conferences. And we have some things to sort of get their mind set in a positive way. But if you're on time, the student feels rushed in the morning. They get to do that full routine before they begin testing. Check in after school. See how they're doing. What's a goal for tomorrow? If they said, "Oh, I think I went too fast," or I was nervous, then what can we do tomorrow morning on the way to school to help you feel less nervous about that if that happens? And then celebrate. Every time they're done with, ELA, the 3 tests, or math 3 tests, like celebrate a little bit. They're done with that and they don't have to do it again till next year. So those are things that you can do as a family. Our kindergarten and through 2nd graders will be creating all of the positive posters that go all around the building to help support our students and let them know that even though they're not taking these tests, that they want them to do their best and they're rooting for them.
Looks like Sharon froze. Did you come unfrozen?
Here, okay,
Okay.
I'm back. I think I'm back. Awesome. So I'm admitting parents. I think it happened to a few of us. So we're back. So you can partner with us and support testing in April. Very briefly, we do have the bond funds that our voters approved in November. It's just starting to come through from the district. And years ago, as the board does, they had a master plan. And one of the things that was a focus of the master plan was a gymatorium. And so right now we are just in feasibility stage. Can we use the north building? Can we not? Does it need to be built somewhere else? We will know more about that mid-April. And so then from there, once we know where this can be built, we will begin getting input from the entire community. Student focus group, student input, staff input, and entire community input. There will be surveys, there will be a website. at the carnival in May, there will be a room where people can give some feedback on designs they like or pieces of auditorium / gym that are important to them, important to their families. And that work will really begin at the end of this year, but really extend into next year, August through October of 2025. So be looking for that. That's some fun things that will be happening where we get to understand a little bit more how space and something like a gym auditorium can support our students and our programs here, and what's important to our families and our community as we look to create that space. The BEST grant is a grant through Colorado Department of Ed that we are looking, we have applied, and we are in the application process right now with CDE, and that is for HVAC replacement throughout the building. We will know mid-May if we are awarded the grant. So we are in a phase right now with CDE that they gave us some feedback. We've responded to their feedback. In May, we will present to the board that awards the grant, and that will allow us to know, did we get the funds to do that? And if so, the work will take place summer of 2026, or that's at least when it's planned. And I just wanted to let everyone know, depending on how long a general contractor says the work would take to completely change the HVAC system, there could possibly be calendar changes to accommodate that work in the summer. So it may be changes to next year, or it could be changes to 26, 27 to make the summer a little longer if that's needed to complete the work. So we will keep you posted on that as soon as we know. But I wanted to kind of put that out there to let you know, if it can't be done in 8 weeks, if they need 10, then how would we change the schedule a little bit to some of our breaks to get that extra time, whether it be from 25, 26 or 26, 27. And then the important upcoming dates, lots happening between spring break and the end of the year. This is just a list of what's happening through April 24th. So lots going on. Again, some wonderful spirit nights. High school has prom April 17th. There is a professional day, April 18th. And on that same day that there's a half day of school, Urban Air will be open for our students for a spirit night. SAT and PSAT, if you're a high school parent, please note that there's no school for the other grades when one grade is testing. So on April 15th, the 11th grade will be taking SAT, so 9th, 10th, and 12th will not be in attendance that day. So please look at the calendar if you're a high school parent and make note of those dates that are non-attendance day for your student. I wanted to take a look at the chat if there are any questions in there. I'm not seeing anything yet. We thank you. This recording will be sent out to all families. Thank you again to all of our candidates. Thank you again to our board of directors, our current board of directors, for all of the work you do, and absolutely no pay. So we appreciate you, and we appreciate you volunteering and giving service back to our community. Thank you so much, and happy Friday. Have a wonderful spring break.